It's a short video, but it's about a topic that I can really yap about. So we'll see if this can go quick, or we'll see if this is going to take us to the end. We will find out. We are going to do the 25 greatest unscripted scenes in film. I'm familiar with several scenes that were just like unscripted and just fucking glorious. Yeah, I'm really curious what's on this list, and I'm curious how much I'm gonna yap about it. So, well, that one's in the thumbnail, Alex. So I'm guessing that's on the list. Let's find out. And Robin Williams, V-Dog.
Hey, Malkovich, think fast!
Oh, that's right! I heard about this. Yeah, when they were filming Being John Malkovich, this guy, like, they were filming Being John Malkovich. This guy drives by and does this. This guy was not employed. Nobody knew who he was. It was some guy that just drove by and just whacked John Malkovich in the head with this cam.
Think fast! Fuck!
Former greenskeeper now about to become the master
Bill
chef.
Murray.
It looks like I'm a wreck. It's in the hole! It's in the hole!
Hey,
Bi-
want to hear the most
Jim
annoying sound
Carrey.
in the world?
And apparently, from what I've heard, this was his genuine reaction. Them doing this, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels doing this, actually caused him to flip out and say this. Like, this part was unscripted. They were just so fucking annoying. He just flipped out.
You know, I know you're gay.
How?
You want to see Celine Dion not on shrooms.
Very, very funny. You know how I know you're gay?
Oh.
You've TiVoed every episode of Tourgasm.
You know, I know you're gay.
How?
You wanted to put on suits for a 4-hour drive.
You know how I know you're gay?
Oh.
You're wearing a white tie.
My wife used to fart when she was nervous.
There we
She had all
go.
sorts of wonderful little idiosyncrasies. You know, she used to fart in her sleep. I'm sorry I shared that with you. One night it was so loud it woke the dog up.
Okay. And this particular movie, they juxtapose the 180 turnaround. Do you guys remember in the scene later on where Matt Damon's character is talking about how Robin Williams' wife like unalive herself, and he grabs him by the throat and tells him that if he says one more word about his wife, he will end him? God damn, that scene was so fucking powerful when he did that. And I don't know if that part was scripted or unscripted or not, but yeah. Now, this part that they're about to show right here. Hang on. That part was in the script. And yes, Heath Ledger was by far the best live action Joker. Absolutely. This was actually in the script, though. It is a rumor that this was not. This actually was in the script that he did this. His reaction was, because watch. Watch. Look how long it took him to react. Look at how long it took him to react. He's close enough that he is close enough that there would not have been a delay in sound. He would have heard that immediately. But yeah, it was supposed to be delayed. It was supposed like this is the I've heard like this was the rumor, but this was actually carefully scripted like this. Okay, real time. I mean,
Game over, man.
maybe,
Game over.
okay, maybe, I've heard I've heard both. I have heard both that it was unscripted, but I've also heard that it was made to look like it was unscripted, that this was carefully done. Take your pick. Yeah. Okay, you've read the script, and yes, it is scripted, Brendan. That's what I'd heard. Like, I heard the initial rumor. The initial rumor that this was unscripted, that this was Heath Ledger's unscripted reaction, like, what the hell's going on? But then later, I'd heard it was indeed 100% scripted. And so, Revan, you're saying that you've seen the script for this, and all of this, including his delay, was scripted, and that I do believe. Yep.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Hung with Bill Paxton.
What are we gonna do? Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?
I don't want a full house at the Winter Garden Theater. I want 90 people
Yep.
who just came out of the worst rainstorm in the city's history. These are people who are alive on the planet until they dry off. I wish I had a theater that was only open when it rained.
Hey! Oh, yeah. Oh, God. The Usual Suspects one. This one was unscripted. Hang on. This one was unscripted. They were given, like, some very basic direction to just come forward and just say the line. And I forget who kicked it off. One of them kicked it off. Okay, let me see if I remember this. I think it was one of them kicked it off, acting stupid, and then all of them laughing was completely unscripted. They could not stop giggling at one another. And I do recall I heard something like maybe it all initiated with Benicio del Toro was farting the whole time during the scene. The entire time they were doing the scene, Benicio del Toro was just like farting up a storm the whole time. And that was part of the reason why they were just giggling their heads off.
Give me the fucking keys, you fucking cocksucker motherfucker.
Knock it off. Get back. Number 3, step forward.
How many keys, you cocksucker?
In English, please.
Excuse me.
In English.
How many fucking keys, you cocksucker? What the fuck?
Warriors, come out
To play. By the way, fun fact, chat, do you know who this is? Does anybody recognize this actor? Colonel. How many of you have seen the original Crow movie? How many of you have seen the original Crow movie? The one with Brandon Lee. Tell me if this rings a bell. Fire it up! Fire it up! Fire it up! He played T-Bird in The Crow. That's who this actor is. He played the secondary big bad guy in The Crow.
Come out to play. Warriors, come out to play.
Leave me that. Technical only.
Oh, that was unscripted.
Monsieur!
Picture a girl who just took a nosedive from the ugly tree and hit every branch coming down. and Dan's got her shirt up. So he's working on this bra and he's trying to get it off, and all of a sudden Sean just screams out, "Danny, you're a young man. Don't do it."
Okay. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
You know that was unscripted. Oh.
I know.
Okay. I don't think this was unscripted. I'm reasonably sure this was not unscripted. I don't believe this was unscripted. Yeah, it was like semi-correct. Yeah, like when they first did the read-through or something, Harrison Ford said, listen, this doesn't fit Han's character. It wasn't the original line, and then Harrison Ford talked to the director and said, listen, this doesn't fit with Han's character. He would simply just say, like, I know. And they changed it. So I don't think he, like, came up with it. I don't know if he came up with it on the spot, but Harrison Ford did consult with the director. They probably did a take with the normal where he says, I love you back, and then when they cut and said, listen, he talked to the director and said, this doesn't work. And Harrison Ford, like, told it, like, they may have tried a couple of things. Like, they probably get a couple more takes, and he tried a couple of things, and the I know is what stuck. So it's not like, okay, he just came up with it on the cuff out of nowhere, and it worked. And there was some consultation, but it was like, it was sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for? They sort of like riff. They sort of like did like a riff, for probably a couple takes, I think. Now, Grumpy, the Indiana Jones gun scene. The history behind that is Harrison Ford was sick to death with like dysentery or something. He was incredibly sick when they shot that scene. There was originally supposed to be this drawn out fight scene. Oh, food poisoning, something like that. Yeah, he was incredibly sick. And when and he couldn't do this long drawn out fight scene. I forget who came up with he just takes out the gun and shoots him. If it was Harrison Ford or they did a collaboration on it, they said, listen, he's got the gun, just shoot him. But that was because he was sick. That the whole Raiders of the Lost Ark fight scene. It wasn't just him, it was the entire crew. Yeah. So it was like, that was like a collaborative, okay, we gotta change things up, we can't do this, and they just came up with that. That wasn't like, quote unquote, unscripted, it was like they worked it out. Same thing with this. Look at it. Is it his dancing?
As it was for me. Hey, what's going on? You hear that?
I'm kind of curious, how drunk was Michael Madsen filming this scene? He sounded kind of drunk there. How many? Yeah, basically being, yeah. How drunk? Yes. To those that are unaware, Michael Madsen was known for being drunk in like everything he did. He liked the booze. So he was very drunk in a lot of the scenes he was in.
Hey, what's going on? You hear that?
Here's looking at you, kid.
How much is this stuff?
That's about $2,000 an ounce.
God. Really? And what is the kick of it, which I never...
It's you. Ah, this one.
Here's Johnny.
Indeed, unscripted. That one I know. I always got a kick out of the fact that this knife looks like this looks like something out of a doll playset. And she is the doll, and this is like the doll playset knife. Like like cooking Barbie. This knife does not look real.
All those moments will be lost in time.
I didn't know this was unscripted.
Like
Yeah, Shelley Duvall, she did pass away recently. Oh, Revan? A lot of the Shining scenes took a lot of takes because Stanley Kubrick was a perfectionist. And I said Shelley Duvall, that is incorrect. That's not Shelley Duvall, is it? Fuck. Fuck, I'm forgetting her name. But apparently, oh, it was Shelley Duvall. I was getting it right. Okay, yeah. So yeah, apparently like Stanley Kubrick was so demanding for the perfect shot. He drove Shelley Duvall to tears multiple times. Like when she was doing that script, when she was screaming like that, it's probably because she was at a mental breaking point just making the fucking movie. So that scream she made was not simply just acting, she was having a legit mental breakdown.
tears in rain.
You have some kind of middleman. And that's where
This part.
Daniel comes in, you know what I mean?
Hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Up yours, you son of a bitch. You don't talk to me that way. Get out of here.
That was unscripted. They were just kind of rogue filming in New York, and that cab almost took them out, and Dustin Hoffman that was him off the cuff. No, it's not Al Pacino, it's Dustin Hoffman, Dwayne. This is Hoffman, this ain't Pacino. Oh, this was unscripted? Oh! I did not realize Malcolm McDowell improv this.
You talking to
God. Yeah, they're like, this is a fucked up movie. Britain came out with some seriously powerful but fucked up movies back during this age of filmmaking. Oh yeah, this was absolutely a C. Zip ties. This is Clockwork Orange. A Clockwork Orange. Another Kubrick movie. Correct. Yes, this was also a Kubrick movie. Very fucked up. Starring Malcolm McDowell. Him and his crew do some seriously fucked up shit, and so does the government. It's pretty fucking crazy. It's worth a watch, but it is a disturbing movie. It is a disturbing movie.
You talking to me?
Oh yeah. De Niro with Taxi Driver. I don't see anyone else here.
Talking to me? Well,
Yes, it was Believer.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
A census taker once tried
Yes!
to test me. I ate his
liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Where in hell are you from anyway, Private?
There we go.
Texas, sir! Holy dog shit! Texas, only steers and queers come from Texas, Private Cowboy. And you don't much look like a steer to me, so that kind of narrows it down. Do you suck dicks?
Okay, I didn't mean to pause it after that line, but goddamn. Yes, R. Lee Ermey, the fucking man. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with R. Lee Ermey, he actually was a Marine. He was a consultant. He was a consultant on this movie. He was a military consultant on this movie. He was not originally cast in this role. But the person they had playing the drill sergeant wasn't getting it right. The actor they had playing the drill sergeant was not getting it right. And so Early Ermy stepped in and said, no, this is how you did it, do it. And Early Ermy went to town as the drill sergeant he is, because, yeah, correct, Kendrick, he was a drill sergeant. And they just said, you're hired. And they made him the drill sergeant. And goddamn was this movie all the better for it. Out of everything in this movie, there is one thing that everybody remembers. Him. Early Ermy is the one thing everyone remembers from Full Metal Jacket. He was the best part of this film. Absolutely. And Leo, thank you for the tier 3. Thank you so much. Yeah, the second half of the movie it is a completely different story, which I think was Kubrick's intention. He was basically taking two movies and mashing them together. But how many people even remember all that much about the second half of the movie? I don't. I remember the boot camp part of this movie far more than I remember the war part of it. Because of Early Ermy. Oh yes, Space Between. Absolutely it was. We lost a treasure when he passed away. No, Leo. What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
Sir, no, sir! Are you a Peter Puffer? Sir, no, sir! I'll bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around. I'll be watching you.
mewlists.com.
That was great. I love that kind of stuff. Oh, I love that stuff. That was so good.